What is the purpose of SAP HANA? What exactly this has SAP HANA? How a client, a company can use HANA for various in various perspectives, like HANA as a data mart, okay, HANA as underlying database BW. Now we can say HANA itself is a platform. So before moving on to all these details of HANA, so let me start with what is SAP HANA and what is the necessity of SAP HANA to an enterprise. SAP HANA stands for High Performance Analytical Appliance. Is a technology which allows the processing of huge quantity of real-time data in the main memory of the server to provide near-time results from the transactions. Well, this is a kind of definition of SAP HANA. We don't go in detail of the definition at this point of time. So let me explain what exactly SAP HANA and what is the purpose of, what is the necessity of HANA to an enterprise. Then I will come back to the definition.
If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
So before start discussing the necessity of SAP HANA, first we have to understand what are the current day situation, current day challenges in any enterprise. In order to overcome these challenges, how the clients can utilize SAP HANA. So first we have to talk about information explosion. What is information explosion? As a result of globalization, the companies, the enterprises started operations across the globe. For example, GE as a company, headquarters in US, they have branches in North America, in various other states of US, then Canada, Mexico, in North America. In Asia, India, China, Philippines. Just giving an example. In Asia Pacific, Australia, New Zealand. When a company is operating in different geographical locations, in different states within the country, in different countries within the continent, in different continents across the globe, the enterprise data spread across different geographical locations. It is nothing but information explosion. If you look at this slide, the enterprise data of a company spread across different geographical locations in different formats. Maybe in one location, GE required for their application Oracle as a database. Maybe in another location, they required for their application SQL Server as a database. So in various locations, they have different data warehousing applications. They have different types of ERP systems. They have different types of applications. So the data spread across different geographical locations in different formats in different systems. When a company is dealing with these type of situations generally referred as information explosion. Means the data spread across different geographical locations in different formats in different systems. Well, because of this information explosion, what are the challenges? Okay, what type of scenarios the companies are facing? So before going to details of challenges and all, just let me give a small statistical information about how the data is growing at this point of time. Today, a lot of companies need to deal with amazing amount of data. The reason why the data generated by the companies is very high, because the way how the companies are doing the business is completely different when comparing with 20 years back. Nowadays, every company, they have the e-commerce portals, most of the companies. So we can place the orders online also. So most of the companies, banks, they are providing mobile apps. You can download the mobile apps, okay? You can deposit a check from your mobile itself, from your smartphone itself. You don't have to go to a bank anymore. Just to how the technology has been changed. how the company's operations have been changed. So now when these type of operations are changed, so the companies are dealing with very high volume of data, very high volume of data. The first challenge of information explosion is how to deal with this massive amount of data being created by every year, every quarter, every month, every day. So how fast the data is growing? International Data Corporation published one small article on this. In 2013, top 10 predictions estimate that the digital universe will reach 4 zettabytes of data. 1 zettabyte equivalent to 1 trillion gigabytes. On the origin of 2020, IDC projects that digital universe will reach 40 zettabytes of data, which is almost 40 trillion gigabytes of data. It represents 50 times the volume of digital universe in 2010. And the stack of DVD boxes containing all the digital universe data would be twice as high as the distance between Earth and Mars. So this is the unit of measure for data. We'll start with the kilobytes. 1024 kilobyte equivalent to megabyte, 1024 megabyte equivalent to 1 gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte, and etabyte. So look at how fast the data is growing. When the data is growing, and at the same time, if a company is dealing with information explosion kind of scenarios, then what type of challenges they are facing? Complex system landscape. Complex system landscape in the sense, if you look at this slide, this is not a simple landscape because the data spread across different geographical locations in different formats in different systems. Now the business users, starting from CEOs, managing directors, department heads, sales managers, finance managers, the main business users require immediate information, immediate results for the decision making process. Providing right information to the right people on right time from such a complex system landscape is one of the major challenges the companies are facing at this point of time. Massive growth of data volume. Within a span of 1 year to 18 months, the company data is almost double. How to deal with such a high volume of data? When the companies are dealing with high volume of data, if they are using traditional databases, we'll talk about what is a traditional database, what is in-memory database. First problem is query execution speed, lack of responsiveness, user frustration, unsupportable business process, lack of transparency. We don't have much transparency. What's going on in different locations of the company. Reactive business model. If the company, if they do not have a reactive business model, they cannot take the decision on time. If they are not able to take the decision on time, they cannot sustain in the business. They cannot give very tough competition to their competitors. Their competitors will take away their opportunities. First of all, the business users, what type of data they require for decision making. Suppose a company started in 2012. Their fiscal year starts in June, July, ends in June. Now, for example, they have 3 to 4 full fiscal year of data. They need reports on historical data. First, the business required reports on historical data. The purpose of reports on historical data is for the decision making process related to budgeting, forecasting, trend analysis. For all these type of decision making process, the business requires reports on historical data. For example, for 2016 coming Christmas, Walmart, the top level managers of Walmart, they have to take the decision. What are the gift items they have to introduce for this coming Christmas? How they are going to make the decision? This is a decision related to forecasting. They will go back to 2015 Christmas data, 2012 Christmas data. They need reports on this historical data so that they can make the decisions related to forecasting. On the other hand, the business users not only require reports on historical data, they require reports on real-time data also. So what is real-time data is, we require the data in the reports up to date. Up to date. So once the transaction is saved in the transactional system, we need the transaction right away for the report. That is real-time analytics, real-time data. So when the business user required real-time data for the real-time analytics, it's very difficult to provide the real-time data for the reporting purpose from such a complex system landscape. From such a complex system landscape. When a company is managing their high volume of data using traditional database. Now in this course, we'll refer other databases as XRDBMS. XRDBMS means traditional databases like Oracle, SQL Server, which are not in-memory based database. So when a company is managing such a high volume of data, using traditional databases, it's very cost effective management of large data volume using traditional databases. In traditional databases, we don't have proper mechanism for the real-time replication, for real-time to get the real-time data. So we need to use again third-party tools, integration, all these are the hassles. Current and complete solution is very difficult. Getting current and complete data for reporting. Immediate answer to the business questions. So when you are generating the query on top of a data which is very, very high in volume using traditional databases, the main problem is query execution speed. If the query is taking a long time, then the user who is waiting for the query response, they will get frustrated, user frustration. Now let's understand how a traditional database operates. In any traditional database, my friends, the primary persistence of the data is hard drive, which is a mechanical device. This is processor and this is RAM, the main memory of the server. So whenever we require the data for the reporting, for the processing, the processor will perform disk IOs. To read the data from hard drive to RAM. Then only the data is available for reporting, for processing. So we need extensive disk IOs in traditional databases, and if you have very high volume of data, it's going to reduce the time, and at the same time it will take longer time for the query execution. If you take any in-memory database, so in traditional database, the main performance bottlenecks are disk IOs. But if you take any in-memory database, why we are calling them as in-memory database? In any in-memory database, my friends, the primary persistence of the data is not hard drive. No. The primary persistence of the data is RAM itself. The complete data resides in the RAM itself, not only in SAP HANA, in any in-memory database. So why we are calling them as a in-memory DB, in-memory database, means the complete data resides in the main memory server. This is a processor, and the data is directly available for reporting, for the processing from the RAM. So SAP HANA is an in-memory database. is an in-memory database. In sense, this database is capable of storing the complete data in the main memory database. Now, the challenges the companies were going through as a result of information explosion. So these challenges and consequences the companies can overcome through using SAP HANA. In SAP HANA, which is an in-memory database, highly scalable in the sense the complete data resides in the main memory as well. Groundbreaking in-memory innovations. SAP HANA is very flexible. Flexible in the sense we can load the data from any source system to SAP HANA. That can be file system, that can be ERP systems or SAP or non-SAP from databases, you name any system. We can load the data to SAP HANA. Not only in schedule-based replication, we can load the data in real-time replication also. Real-time means once the record is saved in the system, in the application or in the transaction system, right away that record will replicate to SAP HANA. Up-to-date data. Using HANA, we can accomplish real-time analytics. Now the speed-wise, 3,600 times faster analytics when compared with traditional database. 3,600. Look at the speed. Look at the factor. So this factor is possible not only because of HANA is in-memory database. Well, in-memory databases are very faster when comparing with traditional databases. Apart from in-memory capabilities, SAP HANA is an appliance which can fully leverage new software and new hardware technology innovations. We'll go through what are the new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage, which makes HANA super duper fast. So what is the necessity of a HANA to an enterprise is to store the big data. What is big data? Very high volume of data. How the companies are generating these high volume of data? Because of information explosion, because of different types of applications, okay, because of smartphones, because of social media, because of e-commerce,